Okay, so hi everybody, welcome back. Today we are doing Canva Create Uncharted Part 2. This is actually quite exciting because the more you spend time within a tool, the more you use it. In my particular case, you either love it or hate it, and Canva is the gift that never stops giving. I mean, it's the gift that keeps on giving, and I am really glad that they came up with whatever it is that we're going to do today. I'm not going to give it away too soon. I just want to, show you our beautiful presentation before so we can work it out. Now, today we're working on part number 2 because for those who didn't come, um, it is important for you to know that Canva had like a month or so ago, they released like I think that it was over 12 or more updates within their platform. And they are like significant ones that it's not only going to change how we work from now on, but for Canva itself, it has been a major milestone. So last week, we worked on all these features. We understood how the new Canva interface is now, in case that you guys have not seen it, go ahead and take a new look. We worked on photo editor, new content collection, AI voice, advanced formatting, visual suite 2.0, Canva AI explained, and a lot more. When I'm talking here about Canva AI Explain, we're also today going to go further with that because we barely mentioned it at the end, and I think that it's worth getting through it. So today's agenda. Oh, I'm so excited about this one. So today we're working on Canva Sheets 101 explained step by step. Like literally, it's not just about working on the templates, it's understanding how it works on all the steps, all the features, so you guys are free to create whatever you want and more importantly, whatever you need. Also, we're going to specifically take some time to explain Canva Sheets bulk create. Then, as extra, we're going to cover Magic Write Full Potential because for some of us, we see the features, we understand them, but then we are sometimes using it in a way that it's limited, and that obviously cuts our creativity flow, right? Then I'm also going to explain how to create your website in a few easy steps because it has been around Canva for a while now, but it is also interesting that now in the new interface, you're going to see it in the tools bar. And some more ideas that we're going to develop together. At this part at the end, I would like us to have some sort of like more interactive or dynamic, um, yes, dynamic interaction in the chat, okay? Because we're gonna work with Canva AI. So, with no further ado, let's go. Now, when we're talking about Canva sheets, it is important for us to understand that it is okay if we're still using Google Sheets, Excel, or content calendars, but as the people from Canva put it, they have put together not only the design, but also the formulas together. So when we're thinking about Canva Sheets is a collection of opportunities for us to discover. We still have the charts, we still have the formulas, we still have the cells, but they have implemented designs, templates, and visual content to make our lives a lot easier. Remember that when we're talking about utilizing artificial intelligence, it's not to just mass produce in a way that it's a little bit tailored. what we already have. It's to think outside of the box and creating things that actually don't exist apart from making our lives easier. This is one of the many ways to use artificial intelligence, especially with platforms like Canva in our lives. Now, with Canva Sheets, and we're going to see it in a moment, it's important that you recognize, for example, Magic Write, Magic Chart, Magic Insights, Magic Translate, Magic Bulk Create, and more, because these are the common features that we're going to see in Canva Sheets. Now, I'm going to stop here for a second because what is it that a teacher can create in Canva Sheets? It's important that for those that are joining, this is like Canva Sheets, but Teachers Edition. Basically, all our case scenarios, all our examples are for K-12, and if you are high education, you can just adapt it to your reality, okay? So here are some ideas for you to take in considerations. Um, you can create your content and throw it in the Canvas sheets, curriculum mapping, the schedules, the typical admin work that we can do, the checklist forms. In this particular case, also assignment tracker, supplies, and last but not least, attendance sheets, grade books, and behavior logs. Now, as you can see here, we have a double star because yes, there is an AI safe tips for teachers here. Canva has all the tools that that have AI embedded because Canva is not a typical tool like, for example, that you guys are used to, like large language model. It has AI embedded, meaning that it has AI as part of their software. Okay. So why is this important for you to understand? Because even when Canva has compliance, has their, it is compliant when it comes to FERPA, COPPA, and GDPR, we always have to be very careful in its use. My recommendation for you in Skilling Future is to go to your or create your Canva account. It is free for teachers that are verified, meaning that if you are working in a school and you have and your school has already approved using Canva, go ahead and open your Canva for Education because you will have the Canva Pro features and it will align with the privacy standards that are needed. Whether you are in different parts of the world or specifically if we are in Europe, it is compliant, okay? And specifically, for example, if you have a specific LMS, it works very well. It can be implemented in that LMS as well. So, hey, it's a win-win situation, right? Okay, so with that said, let's start playing. Let's start having fun. Okay, so basically, when you go to your Canva, I have the pro version. I don't have the teacher's version because currently I do not work for a school, but I do have the pro version. So this is what you're going to see if you have the teacher's accounts as well. So this is basically what I was telling you when I mentioned. Okay. When I mentioned about the teachers, the features bar, okay? Here we're going to find Google Sheets. Now, as you can see, it has the typical looks as any Excel sheet that we have worked with in the past, right? It has the cells, it has the rows. These are things that makes it a lot easier if we have been working with this for a while now. For example, there are things that are familiar, like adding, yes, we can add rows, yes, we can add columns. That has not gone away. Yeah, so far, good. Yeah. Okay. Now, if you guys have been the typical person that have dreaded with their whole being, hearts, body, everything working on Excel and anything similar, I think that Canva Sheets is going to be something that you're really going to enjoy. So let's go step by step, right? We have been talking about the columns and the rows. So far, nothing so different. So in this particular case, I'm going to show you if you want to start building a sheet from scratch, okay? So for example, one of the things that you can do is that you can lock the cells. Do you see? So there you go. Merge cells. If you want to lock cells or merge them, you go here and merge cells. What is that for? Well, maybe if you want to add a title or if you want to add a graph or a picture, something to differentiate it. So for example, you can start here and you can add a heading. Yes. In this particular case, we're gonna for this example, I want to create a video topic tracker. Oh, tracker. There you go. So I have created here my title. Okay, so do you see? So far, this is what I get, right? I can change um, the font as I wish. Yes, depending on what I want. I can still work on my brand colors if that is the case. In this particular case, brand kit, as they call it in Canva. And for example, let's say, yes, do you see? I can work with my colors. Yes, so it's all there. Okay, so this part, not so impressive. Stay with me because remember that we're going to go step by step in all what it can do. So in this case, for example, we start writing what we want. Here I want week, topic, then for example, summary. Okay, link. And for example, students' attention span. For me, for example, this one is really important because I work with teenagers and sometimes we have some video materials that we might share with other teachers. And depending on the subject, it might work better in with one subjects than others. So this could be interesting, right? So in this case, what do I think it's really interesting? We can not only just start doing this one by one, but we can click actions. In actions is where we can start seeing all this really interesting new things that Canva Sheets have implemented to make our lives easier. And this is what I was mentioning before, like for example, generate table, fill empty cells, magic charts, magic insights, magic write, bulk create, resize designs, translate, import data, mention, date, drop, link, Canva design formula, magic formulas. Okay, so far we've already done our entire lives. If we insert the equal, right, we would insert our formula and that's it. For us, the people who hate working with Excel and that it is like painful. I mean, you rather clean the house rather than working on an Excel sheet. In this particular case, it made your life easier because you still click the equal, but hey, you've got magic formulas and you don't have to even create them. It is just there for you. Okay. So in case that these are the ones that are suggested, we've got a lot more. You just click let me go back to that one because I moved really fast. Yes. So we go back here we clicked. These are the suggested ones. And then for more formulas, you click the button, and then you have, for example, for statistical formulas, the ones that needed for math in case that you are, keeping budget in your classroom, if that is your case. Here for logical and conditional. Do you see? Yes. Let's see. Text, if I want to work on text, so I can combine it. All right. Now, for me, this is actually really interesting because it makes your life a lot easier. Do you see? If you want to look in dates, yes, dates, days, months, years, etc. Yes? Okay. So, once that this is done, okay. So in weeks, okay, so you can just describe what is it that you want. You can describe what you want to do with each one of the formulas, correct? Yes? So in this particular case, you either type it down or you can do it manually. For now, we're going to do it manually so you see how it is done. Then we're going to jump and do it in a much more automized way, okay? So for example, when we're thinking here about links, we always go back to actions. And in mention, in link, you can just go ahead and insert the link. Yes. In this particular case, I want to use one of our videos. Yes. And I just go ahead, paste it here, and done. Yes, it's going to insert the name and everything. Do you see? Yes. So I can do this manually. 1, yes, 2, 3, 4, etc. Right? And then, for example, I can be very specific about the topic. Literacy. Yes. Here I would provide a summary and then the student's attention. For the student's attention, check this out. I think that this is actually also quite interesting because as a drop down, it is very interesting, especially if we're having interactive sheets, meaning that we are collaborating with other colleagues. Maybe it's our teacher assistant or is the school director because they want to, it's maybe a new subject in school and they want to check it out. Like for instance, if AI, it's definitely like one of the main subjects in schools, like it could be in the future, that sort of thing, that it's new. You should collaborate. So there you go. In this case, attention span. Because I was trying to measure attention span, they already have something that it can be useful. Do you see? And it can be either high, medium, low, or I can add a different option. Okay? Yes? That you can definitely just type in. Okay, there it is. And of course, you can drag it down as you please. Yes? So you can just, hi, and when you insert the rest of the videos, you can just start assessing as you go. Do you see? So in this particular part, it is one of the many things that we can do here. Also, let me show you how it would look like if we want to mention somebody. What does it mean to mention? If my Canva is a private one, but usually in Canva Education, there are more than one user. So you can, this is, I would not mention anybody because it is just me, right? But if I would be working at an office where it needs collaboration, I would mention it. Do you see? So it would be easy for that person to get track and jump on the Canva sheet, okay? And if that is the same person, the same goes here. So there are similar features that we have been using so far. Okay, So far, nothing so major, nothing so great. Let me check if there are any questions, or let me see. Do we have any questions, Sana? Because right
Not
now we don't
yet.
have okay. All right, so it looks
But
so
I have one.
yes.
Is this more intuitive than, this seems more intuitive than even Google Sheets at the moment, even with AI integration within it? That, okay, what is it that we require? How is it in terms of customizability, in terms of
Yes.
the creativity that you can add in? So I feel that is there. What is the limitation that you think that Canva Sheets has?
Well, it has many limitations in terms of what do you need? And I know that this is not a very black and white answer, because it really depends on what is it that you're going to use it for. But I do believe that the analysis that they have done in order to create a product that serves most people in our particular fields, like educators, it has been covered quite well. And you will see while we're doing this. I honestly do believe that it is definitely a lot more intuitive, because it does follow Canva's philosophy, which means make it pretty, make it easy, and make it for everybody easy to use, right? Anybody that can just take an hour of their life to sit down and focus and watch this video later and practice it, because that's what it's important, they're going to get this, and they're going to discover new skills that they just didn't have, this morning at 8 a.m. when they were drinking their coffee. So, this is how it looked like, and we can manually do this, right? But what if I am not, definitely not in the mood to just, work things out? So I just go here and I would go and generate table, right? So in this particular case, what can I do? Sorry, I would, before doing that, I will ask to continue working on, let me go back, fill empty cells. Filling empty cells is one of my favorite, because if this is something that you are just using, okay, for you're just creating from scratch and you are still drafting it, okay, it helps a lot. So because it has AI embedded, it is so nice that here it read AI literacy. Well, it makes sense that it mentions prompt engineering, right? So I am going to insert it. But because I don't want to make it manually, what I will do is to do this, okay? Sorry. Okay, I will cover all my cells, and I don't even have to prompt it. It will do it for me. Great, right? Now, this, but add uh topics for um week 3 and 4. There you go. And voila. Now, obviously, as everything that we do with artificial intelligence, it is our job to twig it. Okay, we have to iterate in case that it's not what we were looking for. But do you see how much it can be done if this were not just 4 items, but 24 or 30, or the entire month video topic tracker? Yes. So it already gives you the summary, and you just have to add the videos. This one, I suggest you add it, because in my experience, when I ask it to do it for me, usually it gave me the 404 mistake. Yes. So it helps if it gives you maybe some of the ideas, and you can just, if you already have videos that are good quality, you just put it there. And then later on, for future assessment, you just go ahead and click the button. Cool, right? Yes? All right, so imagine that you're done with this and you just want to erase everything. You go here, you click everything. Yes? Go back here. Do you see? go to this button and clear selection. Again, perhaps you have to do it more than one. And there you have it. Yes? All clear. Now, here, I just don't want it merged anymore. I unmerge it. And there you go. Easy, right? So, Sana, you have hit the nail on the head. It is definitely a lot more intuitive, and not just more intuitive, because we have been working with similar tools most of our adult lives. It makes it really easy. And if we are just, like very new to this, just by taking a minute of your time to read what is it for, like for example, when we were using the magic formulas, right? Sorry. When we were reading the formulas, yes, it really explains what is it that each one of the formula does. Okay, so if that is what we were looking for, it is quite intuitive. But let's go and have a little bit more fun, shall we? So now we're going to generate, and here is where we start seeing things that are a lot more faster because we don't have time, right? So content calendar. Now, of course, we're going to make it teacher's edition. Create a 1 month content calendar template outlining the day, marketing channel, topic, headlines that start with emojis, blah, blah, blah. We don't want that because, of course, in our particular case, we're going to adapt it to schools. Keep the prompt, but twig it, okay, with intelligence. So create 1 month content calendar template outlining the day. Maybe in this particular case, no, because we work by objectives. So it's better if we do outlining the week, topic, summary. That starts. Okay. For grade, let's say for the sixth grade. The sixth grade. I didn't type anything more. Just this, okay? Make sure that you are on cell number 1 and just generate. There you go. Lovely, isn't it? Now, if this is something that you liked, you can just insert it. Or if you would like to give it another go, yes, just more like this. Because maybe it's not exactly what you were looking for. Oh, but this is more like it. So nice, right? So let's see. Week, topic, summary, activities. But in this case, at school materials for the activities. Yes, so you don't even have to think about that. You just have to edit and check. And there you go. It's been added. So you can add as many items as you need, okay? And you're going to insert it. Do you see? Let me make it smaller because I was using the previous one. Okay, so do you see? Do we like so far? Yes? Let me, okay. Now, probably in this case, you are already thinking, okay, this is nice. What if I want to edit it? You can, okay? You can just go ahead, click it as a normal cell, and you just edit. Earth space and galaxies. I don't know if that is something that you would like to add. Do you see? So it's perfectly editable, all right? So let's try another one, okay? This one, we're going to just close and go to a fresh new one. Hi, Gary. Okay, so okay. All right, so we still got here nothing, just blank, and we are still not very clear what we want. We just go and generate table. It is not necessary for me to use the predetermined ones. I can also just describe what I need. So, is there anything that you would like me to tab here so we can make an experiment?
Andy, somebody asked a question that
Of course.
are all of these features available in the free version as well?
Well, I think for me it would be actually very hard to check, but I do know that Sheets it's available. All of these is available in the free version. Remember that some of the things that I'm going to mention is because previously at the beginning I said that if it's a possibility for them to have an account in Canva for education, that they can have for free the Canva Pro that can be quite convenient. Is there like a suggestion for us to describe here in the table something that we would like in the classroom?
Mm, Not, let me see, not yet. How about personal goals in terms of if I want to, for example, want to read or maybe learn a new skill? How about that? Let's
So, okay, something that it's more like this, like a workout plan, but instead of a workout plan, like you want to make it like a learning
prefer
about.
yeah, learning a
Okay.
new skill.
All right. So I chose that one because the prompts are really good. That's why I did it on purpose. So you can see that with very simple prompts, you can create these tables. Okay. So usually to learn something or to have a pretty good idea, depending on what it is, maybe it takes you like a month, right? So create a 30-day per week study plan to improve my. Let's see, what is the skill that you had in mind? English, perhaps? Or no?
Data analytics, I want to learn that.
Ooh, okay. Data analytics. Okay, that I can, okay, my data analytics skills that I can do at home in, well, maybe in 15 minutes it's yeah,
It's
but let's say 30 minutes. Okay?
Yeah,
So there you go. And voila, there you have it. Now, perhaps the day and the activity is a little bit too simplistic, right? So in this case, um, add um, homework and extra activities because you just want to go, the extra mile, and it just creates it for you. Do you see? Obviously, because we already have a criteria formed of what is it that we want, we can ask the right questions so it can provide for us what we need. And moreover, once that it gives us the answer, we can twig it. Do you see? Yes?
that's
So in this case, we will have it. Yes, this is how it would look like.
perfect. Looks good.
Looks good, doesn't it? Now,
Ye-
obviously, I know that this looks very white, very gray. Yeah, right? Not very pretty. So far it doesn't have, like the pretty version, but it's important that we learn how all these features work separately before we work on the templates because the templates are so colorful and they have already built in all these features. It might be a little bit complicated. At least I thought when I was planning this session, I thought it in that way, and I think it is a lot easier to learn it separately without too many distractions, right? So there we have it. Now, one thing that I would recommend is in case that you feel that this is what you wanted and there is nothing that you would like to change, right? But you are not. It is not for you. This is for your students. Okay. Yes. So there it's pretty good to go. You just go ahead and maybe you want to do the same, but for your students that speak Spanish, exactly the same, because you provide the same course, but in Spanish or in any other language. You click here, yes, or you can just go ahead and, yes, do the typical selection and go to actions and go to Google Translate. Do you see? And once that you translate, you have all over 50, 60 languages available. Yes, all of these. Any specifics? Anything that you would like to try out?
Why not do it in Spanish? So we can
Let's do it in
get an idea
Spanish.
how, yeah.
Okay, so let's go to Spanish, let's click it, and more importantly than just translating it, it also, because these are things that are simple so you can see how it looks like. But imagine that you have to develop tables that are a lot more complex, analysis, maybe a table that has some important data based on research that you have done previously, for example. You can also change it depending if this is something that you're going to share with colleagues. So you can change the tone. You can make it more professional, conversational, friendly, inspirational. Okay. So far, we're just going to keep it with the original. Okay. And you can either translate the whole page or just the text selected. We're just going to translate what we have selected. Okay, there you go. So I think that there is somebody from Spain here. I think Fernanda. Fernanda, can you check if this is reliable? Does it make sense? Give us a heads up. Yes? Are there any inaccuracies? Yes? Fernanda? She's super concentrated right now. Okay, so in this case, let's continue. Um, One of the things that I also would like, okay, imagine that this is something that you have already translated, but there are a couple of cells that you just want to keep it in the original language. Same move, okay? You just go back. This is what I like about it because it makes you free to create and do whatever it is that you need. And you don't have to be repeat all the steps from zero. Okay, so while it does that, there it is. Okay, you see? Here are still in Spanish, and here we went back to English. Got it? Yes? Okay, so now that we know how these work, imagine that let's go to a fresh one. Hold on, guys. Let me go back to a fresh one. There. Mhm. Okay, so same thing. Imagine that right now that I am going to do my school's budget. Yes? Okay. So I go here, and is my classroom trimester budget for the beginning of the year. I go to generate table and I ask create a budget, create a budget plan for school supplies, school supplies, and general needs. for grade 10 and save money for a trip. Okay, imagine that we're also for a group trip, All right, so this is here, right? Not only that, you have to analyze and see if this is correct, obviously. Imagine that you also have to give it to your supervisor, right? So you go to actions and you go to Magic Insights. Magic Insights helps you just by prompting very simplistically a full analysis of what is it that it can be done here. Imagine that you want to, let's see, analyze, analyze how can I save 10% of the budget for next trimester. Okay, so this is what you want to analyze because it has been discussed in the teacher's room and this is what you need, right? It's going to give you a full analysis of your table. Let's give it a minute. So far, have we got any questions while it's generating? Ah, there it is. Okay, so there you go. It tells you step by step what is it that it does. Okay, it gives you the total budget, here how you can save it. It gives you a chart that, by the way, you can also use. Okay, you can add the chart to the presentation. Let's do that. You see? And I have it here or here. Yes, in another page. And did you see that it moved? Yes. Why did it move? Because then I am going to explain in a second. Maybe this one is a little bit more clear. Yes, because it has, the pretty colors and all. It also has, when we're talking about sheets, it also have a feature that allow us to add not only charts, but charts that can edit themselves. So we don't have to create from scratch another, let's say, chart or pie chart or bar, etc. So let me see. Do you see? Let me go back and do it again. I click here, so it analyzed everything. I went to Magic Charts, yes, and here is where we are, okay? So imagine that I don't want a pie chart, I want a bar chart. So there you go. Or there it is. I view all the different charts because maybe I like this one better. And here it is. In this case, it provides it here. Yes? Now, let me see this one. Okay, let's change the color and make it something, yes, quite obvious. Now, I'm going to change the pencils and let's say that 500 pencils. Yes? Let me see. Or here, instead of 200, I make it 1,000. Let's see if it's visual. There you go. Do you see how it moved? And if I just go back and make it again, 200, I think that it was. There you go. Yes? Okay. So it is something that you just can create and edit along the way. So now that you have this idea of how it works, when we go to the designs, Yes. Like for examples, the pre-made designs, it's going to make a lot more sense for us to basically just go here and, choose one. For instance, let's say poster. All right, so in our case, poster, educational posters, there you go. So here we have maybe weekly schedules, you see, and you now already know how it works and how to edit it. You can add the dates, or no, you just want a budget tracker. There you go. Instead of making it on your own, you already have one that is already done. You see? So you now know how to make it from scratch, and you now know how to uh, use the templates because of the previous explanation. Now you know how to use the other one. Okay, now let's go to bulk creation, and that's going to be like a minute. I know that it sounds a little bit a lot, like, oh, now bulk creation. Bulk creation is going to take you a minute. It's not a feature that has been entirely new to this new update. It's just that it is true that now it is embedded in the Google Sheets. Okay, so let's go back and let's go and create a new one. Okay. Sorry, guys, my internet today has been a little bit slow too. So for this one, I do have some examples already. Now, I wanted to show you this. When we're talking about bulk creation, it's because we want to create the same multiple times, don't we? For instance, imagine that we have presence. Our school have presence in it has presence on Facebook and Instagram, let's say, and you want to introduce your teachers to create this. Okay, sorry, to create this and not having to do it over and over again, one by one, you just go ahead and do bulk create, right? So let's go back here and I am going to show you. So to make our lives easier, I have already started some of the steps. I just go ahead here and open a regular sheet as I would for the other projects. I would introduce the class, the teacher's name, subject, image. All the image that I've got here are just, fake. They are I took it from Canva's library, and here they are, right? And then the same thing. What is it that I did? I went to, where is it? I went to actions, fill empty spaces, right? Yes, with the names. Of course, in this particular case, you will have your real teacher's name, obviously, but it's just for you to know how you can bulk create, okay? So, let me see, where is it? Okay, first I have to add. Okay, I'll insert it. Do you see now? Yes? Okay. So previously, I should have found a template. And for that, I just go to template and choose one. The original was this one, but I simply took the image. Yes, there it is, and erased it. That's what I did. I just erased the image and add the teachers. Yes. Okay. So how is it that what is it that I am going to do? Now I am going to select everything. Okay, hold on. Now I'm going to select everything, click bulk create, And there are two more steps. Because I have already selected, I click continue. I am going to keep on using the current one because it's the one that I have shown you. So I click this one. Okay. Now here you will see what we saw on the table, which are the items of class, teacher, subject, image. So in this case, math, subject. So I would connect data. Do you see? And then click it. Image. Okay, connect data and click image. And the same for the rest, okay? Let me do it because otherwise it's not, okay. Connect data and then class and connect data and teacher. Okay, once that I have already done that, I create the design, yes, and here is how you bulk create. That's it, that easy. Now, previously I showed you this, yes, and that is what you're going to obtain. Do you see? In just one click. Obviously, the most difficult one is, to create the first one, but that is how you bulk create. And many ideas, for example, about bulk creating can be, here's like some research that I did is like the students' name tags for their lockers or their tables, certificates of achievement, parent-teachers conference, invitations, that sort of thing. And finally, last but not least, we've got website creation. It is easier than what it sounds. But in this case, what I recommend for you doing is clicking the button, as you saw me doing. Let me go back. I clicked here, and this is what it opened. Okay, yes. And you can already select here. Or you can, for example, in my case, I wanted to, for example, do something like education website. And what I like about this is that you can be very specific, right? So you can actually find the visuals of the land page that you were probably looking for. Do you see? Let's say, I don't know, this is something that it's more or less my vibe. So I go ahead and choose it. Here are similar ones. Okay, yes. And I go and customize the template. And you will customize all the templates as you have done in Canva for this entire 10 years. If you have been a 10-year user of Canva, the typical way that you would just edit the text, edit the image as you have done. And if you're new to Canva, it's very simple. You just click and edit. Here is one of the things that you can do with Magic Write. Do you remember that I mentioned that we were going to learn how to use it a little better? Well, if you are creating your website, do you see this pencil over here? You just click it and you can customize. For example, you can rewrite it if this is something that is not of your liking. You can make it shorter. You can make it more fun. Or to make it even more personalized, you can add a new voice. For those advanced users, a voice is when you would like to make it sound very cohesive along all your writings. And I strongly advise you do this because once that you save this, it's going to show in all your blog pages and yeah, in all your creations when it comes to writing. Okay, so imagine that you have edited the entire landing page. Do you see? Once that you have done that, you're going to publish the website. So you click here, and if you already have a URL, you insert it. If you don't, you will use a custom domain. So in that case, you can either bring your own, buy a new one, claim a free Canva domain. Okay, so you have even that possibility. About the preview, this is actually really interesting. This is how it will look like on a computer. You see? And this is how it would look like on the phone, which I believe it's really amazing because maybe our website was thought maybe on more younger users and therefore the phone, right? But here you have both visuals, you see? And then voila, you publish it as I mentioned before. And that's how you create your website. Okay, so I know that we're short of time, so I'm just going to say just one thing to make your life like super easy in case that you want to create documents, okay? And or maybe content super fast, but still good enough quality. You go to Doc, right? Sometimes we can just upload our own documents, but one advanced way to use Magic Write is that if you do you see here this button over here? You click it, and you can go ahead and Magic Write. In a similar way, as we saw on Sheets, we just write, we have predetermined possibilities, or we can prompt it, okay? For example, blog post. Here, there you go. Let's generate it. And it has a surprise because there you go. It adds images already. Do you see? You don't even have to worry about that one. Probably is not your favorite, but I'm going to tell you how to um, work that out. Okay, so imagine that you like it, you have twig it, and you have revised it. So then this is just for you to edit. So you just go ahead and double click, and here's how you edit the banner. You see? You just manually go ahead and you can just choose, I like this one, for example. There. You just add it and voila. Do you see? There you have it. Something nice, something clean, something easy to do. Life shouldn't be complicated. I always believe that working smart is using the tools that we have at our hand, like this, to make our life easier. Finally, magic switch. So I don't leave anything behind. You can translate it, but transforming, that is also something really interesting. You can make poems or songs, okay? Or you can transform this into a LinkedIn post, for instance, okay? If that is your thing. So just a click away to be a lot more productive. Now, it opens on a separate window, and there you have it. You see? That's your LinkedIn post. Yeah. Okay, so questions. Do we have like any questions, or do we have like any suggestions, anything that we would like to know a little bit further?
It was a really insightful workshop. I think that with respect to, I like the bulk create function. And along with that, how is it that the translation one, a couple of other things, and more it's going to be about the more everybody exposes it with respect to what they require it for that.
Mhm.
And I'm really liking this feature that, okay, in within one document, you can have a sheet, you can have the graph in the other one, maybe a poster in the third, poster as the third document. So you have all of your project documents just
Yeah,
in one place instead of having it as separate documents as of what we have with other elements now, with
yeah.
other,
I
yeah.
mean, and it's not only like that. You can just click the doc, but for example, you can just go to Canva AI, for example, and you can just go here, draft a document. You can choose, okay, for people in the audience that maybe want to create stories, articles, a pitch, for example, emails, etc. You can just go ahead and click it, and then you can describe what is it that you need it for. Yes. You can even use the voice model, which is basically what I usually use, but it has typos. So let's type it. In this case, write email to my school admin about third trimester. Yes, just like that. So it can give us the draft, okay? And with the same principle. That's why it's so important to learn the basics of how the tool works, because then when we have features like this, okay, do you see? This is what it has produced. You can go and use the Canva editor and just go ahead. And now that I know how to use, for example, Canva Write a little bit better, I know that I can rewrite it. I can make it shorter. Yes? I have decided to make it a lot shorter. There you go. Perhaps this one is a lot more effective. So I replace it. Do you see? So there are so many things that we can do, and the more we use the tools, the better. And quite honestly, I love it. And by the way, perhaps Shahida is kind of like, we have to talk about codes. I was thinking about it, during this week, but honestly, I think that it deserves an entire
Hmm. Separate
Separate
workshop
room.
should
yes,
be there.
Yeah.
And I was
yes,
wondering also about that people might have also a question, and I also have a question that, okay,
awesome.
fine, I am creating a website on Canva. So
Mhm.
again, where that website will be hosted, and again, can we make changes in that website after it goes live?
There you go. Let's go back, okay? Because for this is better show and tell. Hold on, guys. Internet gods be with us. Let's see. Yes, because sometimes they're not with us. And
Yeah, especially on the days we have our own sessions on those, it's not
yes,
with us.
when you're at home alone, like minding your business and just searching about what's new with Taylor Swift live is like like running like 100%. But now, okay, so this was the one that we chose originally, right? Okay. This one, right? This was the one that we said that we were going to use. Okay, so once that I want to publish it, um, we have to, you see, publish settings. We have to go here, and then we maybe could write the website description. We've go to, there it is. Okay, we can, these are very limited, and I'm showing you this, Shahida, because if we have to, probably we would have to take it down, because I Googled it and I was like, okay, what should I do if I want to add more things? We
Hmm.
should, enable or disable some of the features that we have here in advanced features. We can change it, but we always have to go back to the drawing room. And for instance, here, do you see that we've got just these pages, but we can add section, okay? Or we can add page. By adding page, it means that maybe we can even create an entire full sub website. Yes, that can be
Hmm.
connected to it. So yeah, going back to this one. I don't know if I answer fully your question, but it is Canva. It gives us the possibility, but it is not quite there yet. And if you guys in the audience have, learn more about the website feature, please go ahead and leave your comments. Because remember that this is a community where we share our knowledge, and it's always helpful in case that you guys have use this feature further. Quite honestly, I have used it very few times just to explain the possibilities and to learn a little bit, the do's and don'ts. Here it is. Do you see that we had like the other page? There you go. Imagine that we want to create the one that is like in Spanish, right? Yes, and not in English, the same, but maybe in Spanish. And here it will see. Sorry, it will show. Cool, right? All right. Do we have more questions? I love, this kind of features, because I can only imagine the possibilities if you are a freelancer and you're just starting out, and you just want to use it, maybe not even to, you want to use it as a portfolio of your work and what you have done during the years. I think that is amazing. Anything else?
No, I think so. If the audience has any questions, just let us know and we will address those.
Now is the time. And remember that this is a lot show and tell, rather than just text or like conversation. So this is the opportunity where I can actually show you, like, go here to this point. I want to make it very clear and about our AI safe tips. I know that we usually talk about this, or sometimes we hear when people talk about tools, sometimes this is not even mentioned. But if you're going to use any tool similar to Canva, or that you know that you're going to use some of your students or staff personal data, please be careful and make sure that is GDPR compliant. That is one of our most important claims. Let's see. No more questions?
No
All
more
right, so
questions.
I think that we can call it a day. Yay, we made
Yeah.
it.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, everyone,
Session was
for
awesome. I love
yeah,
this
it
session.
was
Yeah.
an awesome session.
And while we
Really,
were
yeah.
delivering the session, I was practicing side by side. I was exploring all the features.
Lovely. Lovely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that that is the most recommendable thing, especially because then you can just go back to that point when using this video. Just go ahead and use it, like any other YouTube tutorial. So go ahead. And you can always DM us in case that things are not quite clear. Okay, so we can call it a day. All right, everybody. Enjoy life, enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you next Saturday, right?
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Take
Take
care.
care.
Thank you, Andy. Keep well,
Bye.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.